Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you see this live, this your guy Ray. This is your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here? Right? Chill. Hey, look, welcome to Ray's Corner Live, man. Let me make sure I got everything closed up over here. Okay, we good to go. Got everything rocking and rolling, popping. Let's get the housekeeping out the way. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button so you know when we're here. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Put some comments in the comment section. Welcome to Ray's Corner Live. Coming to you live all the way from here. Where it's here, right chair. We talk about the law of consistency and of attention. The law of consistency and attention. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. This is off the cuff this morning, or whenever you see this. I was preparing myself, got some classes I'm doing today. Today is July 9th. I have my pod training program I do this evening with an organization out in North Carolina, training them how to open up their own house, share living housing program. They have house guys, you house people coming out of prison, homelessness, drug addiction, veterans, mental illness. That's something you're interested in, just in the comment section. I want to know more about your pod training program. But I was thinking this morning, man, my wife, she had stage 4 cancer. She's doing great. She has to walk every day. And I tell her, you got to walk every day. You got to walk every day. But I had to, I've been working out, but I've been working out inconsistently. So I was thinking, I'm telling my wife that she needs to walk every day. But yet, me, myself, I'm inconsistent with working out every day. So a lot of times, man, that's why I don't point fingers, because those other four is pointing back at yourself. I had to get real with myself, and I wanted to go on Ray's Corner Live and just talk a little bit about consistency and attention management. And I'm not going to be here long. I teach a class before when our pod training program. One of the things that I teach before we even get into the session is attention management, how to direct your attention on something instead of having time management. Time management is obsolete, it don't work. So with that, attention brings consistency, which comes from discipline. If you want to become more disciplined and consistent in your performance, you need to become more disciplined and consistent in your growth. Your business or your personal life will not grow. It will grow at the rate that you grow personally. I'm going to say it again. The rate that you grow is the rate that your business, your personal life, or anything in life will grow. You don't grow, it don't grow. You don't become disciplined, you can't grow. You don't become consistent, you don't grow. You don't pay attention to something, the purpose and plan that you have, you don't grow. See, you got to understand, by knowing, what am I doing? Hold on a second. By knowing the what, the how, the why, and when of personal development or personal improvement. What I need to improve on, how I need to improve on it, why I need to improve on it, and when. So I'm gonna go through some. I'm not going to do it today because I didn't really study on it. I'm just going off the cliff. I got some notes over here in the book, one of the books, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. One of the questions that we asked ourselves: Do you know what you need to? Do you know what you need to improve? Do you know what you personally need to improve? Not somebody else. Not, a lot of times when I was studying, I'm reading, and I used to have to do a sermon. I used to have to preach and everything. I had to stop making a sermon or making a speech about what you need. I had to study first about how I can apply what I'm trying to teach. I can't teach something. I can teach it, but there's no evidence that I'm actually living it. So I had to learn how to even the question I just asked, do you know what you need to improve? I had to first ask myself that. I had to first start working on that particular thing that I needed to improve on. And one of the main things I needed to improve on was and is being consistent. Consistent in what I do, consistent in how I do it, consistent in why I do it, and consistent when I do it. Let me get you the statement. This journalist name, this author named John Lowemeyer remarked, "You got to get up every morning with determination. If you're going to go to bed with satisfaction, that's true, but it's important to know where to direct your determination." Oh, I got to do that because I stumbled over that. So let me say that real slow. Because I'm telling you, I'm doing everything off the cuff this morning. I ain't studying none of this. A lot of this is what I already know. Some of the stuff that I'm reading right now. You've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. Man, think about that for a minute. You have to wake up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed satisfied. That's true, but it's important to know where to direct that determination. Where are you going to put your attention on for that day? You're going to be determined in what area that you're going to direct your attention on, that you're going to be consistent on, that you're going to be disciplined on throughout that day, understanding what you have to do, how you have to do it, why you have to do it, and when you have to do it in the course of that day to be satisfied when you go to sleep at night. Wow. Let me just hit that one more time. You've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. That is a true statement. But here's the thing, but it's important to know where to direct that determination. Where are you direct when you get up in the morning? What are you determined to do? What specifically? What is that purpose and that plan that you have for that day that you're going to be able to satisfy yourself at the end of the day saying, I made it. I accomplished this. I accomplished this. This is what I wanted to accomplish. This is how I accomplished this. This is why I accomplished it. And this is when I finished it. See, listen, let me read something real quick again. You must develop yourself to be satisfied. Say that again. You must develop yourself to be satisfied. And it's not me saying it. I'm reading from the book right now, okay? All the time I see people with purpose who are inconsistent in their progress. Even though I might not wrote this, but I understand this because I can understand it to myself first. All the time I see people, all the time I look at myself, even though I know I have purpose, I am inconsistent with my progress. Moving forward in the area and the purpose and plan that God has for my life, I am inconsistent. I have the ability to succeed. I have the aptitude to succeed. I have the wisdom and knowledge to understand what I need to do. But yet I don't move forward because of my inconsistency in a particular area. Watch this, because I believe if I master the job, if I master that thing that I'm going to do for that day, right? I don't need to master myself. to understand myself, to constantly grow in myself. I'm gonna say this again. Let me read this real quick. Because they think they can master their job, because we think we can master the job, we're doing the best thing. We got this business, we got this job, we got this platform. We can master what we do. Because we think we can master what we do, we don't master who we are. Because I understand my future and everything I'm striving to succeed depends on my personal growth, depends on my discipline, depends on my consistency, depends on where I set my attention to for that day. We're just talking about that day. We're talking about like today, like right now, as you're listening to what as you're listening to this video. When you woke up this morning, what were you determined to do? Or did you have a checklist of stuff you wanted to do? Okay, I had a checklist of stuff. I'm determined to complete this all to-do list. I am determined to complete all this to-do list, all these different things. I'm just think about a plethora of things that I'm going to do for the day. I'm determined to do. At what time? At this time, at that time. And I keep telling you, time management don't work. When do I set my attention to do a particular thing? When am I going to be disciplined enough during a particular time to set my full attention to remove all the distractions, not to be responding to stuff, but being proactive to the things that I need to do every day? Consistency. Consistency. Not going to read too much from the book because I just don't want to keep looking over there and trying to find a good excerpt. We're going to stay focused, right? Because I understand in my personal life what it means not to be inconsistent, what it means to be inconsistent. And I try, if you tie these things together, discipline, consistency, attention, tying those three components together creates personal growth. I don't care what kind of business you are, I don't care what kind of career you in. If you don't grow personally, none of that stuff will grow. Because you believe you will master this job, you'll be the best at what you do, but you're not the best at who you are. You're not who God purposed you to be. The law of consistency and attention. I just wanted to just throw that out there real quick because, man, that thing hit me this morning. I just wanted to share something that I need to be more consistent at. I'll be 67 August 6th. I got to think about that. I have this little stomach. It's not bad, but it's bad to me. If I can't keep saying I need to get rid of the stomach, I get rid of this, and I'm inconsistent in doing what the things I need to do to get rid of the stomach, getting up, working out, eating right, not taking all the sugar, certain things. Listen, dude told me a long time ago, just eliminate my sugar, I can lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Love my sweet tea. I'm not a real soda drinker, but look, that Pepsi had me, look, that caffeine is addictive, you know? Inconsistent. Stopping the sweet tea, stopping the Pepsi, right? Starting back up, inconsistent. No discipline. Not putting my attention on a particular thing. My attention is not to, removing all the distractions and reaction. Thinking about what I'm thinking about. Removing the lies that I'm hearing and replacing them with truth. Not giving up, but looking up. You can't confront what you can't define. All those things that you heard me just say are important. I was consistently saying that and living it at one time, and now it's just popping back. You know, if you're inconsistent with something, you forget how to do it, or you forget what it was, you got to go back and remember it or find it again and get it consistently in your mind. Removing the lies that Satan is constantly telling you in your mind and replacing them with truth. Yeah. Look, this your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where it's here, right here. Like we always say at Ray's Corner Live, God loves you and I love you. And guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. Only thing I can say now is peace out.